All right, take a deep breath, because what people are whispering about right now feels less like celebrity gossip and more like the opening scene of a Hollywood thriller. Over the past few days, social media has been buzzing with reports, leaks, and speculation that have fans glued to their screens. At the center of it all is Kris Jenner, a woman known for controlling every narrative around her family, now allegedly facing the kind of rumors that no amount of image management can instantly silence. According to circulating claims, 50 Cent is preparing to pull back the curtain on what he hints could be a secret money trail connected to Diddy. And suddenly, the Kardashian empire is being dragged into conversations it has never publicly addressed. Fans are shocked, critics are circling, and insiders are saying emotions are running high behind closed doors. Timelines are being re-examined, old friendships are being questioned, and every deleted post is now being treated like a potential clue. To be clear, these are reports and online chatter making the rounds, not confirmed facts, but the intensity of the reaction says everything. When a name like 50 Cent enters the picture with talk of receipts and documentaries, people listen. And as these stories continue to spread, one question keeps echoing louder than the rest. Is this just another wild internet theory, or the beginning of the most uncomfortable chapter the Kardashian-Jenner family has ever faced? The story that has been circulating online did not explode overnight. It crept in slowly through whispers, screenshots, and short clips that fans began stitching together on their own. According to reports making the rounds, everything shifted the moment people noticed that 50 Cent was no longer joking online, but appearing increasingly serious in interviews and posts. Commentators began pointing out that his tone had changed, less playful and more deliberate, as if he was setting the stage for something much bigger. Fans are shocked because this was not framed as a diss or a joke, but as commentary about a system that he claimed had been hiding in plain sight for years. As these reports spread, Kris Jenner's name started appearing in conversations where it had never been before, not as a producer or manager, but as someone allegedly connected through money, relationships, and timing. None of this has been proven, but the internet does not wait for confirmation, and once the dots started being connected, emotions ran high across every platform. People online began revisiting old interviews, archived social media posts, and business announcements that once seemed harmless. Fans who had followed the family for years said they felt uneasy seeing familiar moments framed in a completely different light. According to speculation, what once looked like strategic genius was now being questioned as something darker. Sources claimed that Kris, known for staying calm in public storms, was allegedly scrambling behind the scenes to get ahead of the narrative. Those close to the family were said to be divided, some insisting this was just another wave of internet nonsense, while others quietly worried that this time the noise felt different. The language being used online was no longer about gossip, but about patterns, connections, and unanswered questions. That shift alone made fans feel like they were watching the start of something serious rather than a passing scandal. The chatter intensified when bloggers began talking about an alleged money trail linked to Diddy, a phrase that instantly caught attention because of its implications. According to online commentary, this was not about one transaction or one event, but about a network of financial relationships that allegedly overlapped in unexpected ways. Kris Jenner's past business moves were suddenly being pulled apart piece by piece, with critics asking why certain decisions were made when they were and who benefited most. Supporters rushed to her defense, arguing that successful people are always targeted when controversy strikes someone else in their circle. Still, fans are shocked by how quickly the narrative shifted from Diddy alone to a much wider circle of names, including some of the most recognizable faces in reality television. As the speculation grew louder, people began focusing on the emotional toll these rumors were supposedly taking on the family. Commentators claimed that phone calls were being made, meetings were happening late at night, and public appearances were being carefully reconsidered. Whether true or not, the idea of panic behind closed doors captured the imagination of viewers. Kris has always been portrayed as unshakable, the ultimate manager who can spin any crisis into an opportunity. That is why these reports felt so dramatic, because they painted a picture of someone finally facing a situation she could not fully control. Fans flooded comment sections saying they had never seen her look this exposed, even if it was only through rumor and interpretation. Online reactions were split down the middle. Some viewers dismissed everything as exaggerated commentary designed for clicks, while others argued that too many coincidences were lining up to ignore. People started asking why certain friendships cooled off at specific times, why public support vanished suddenly, and why silence replaced what would normally be loud denials. According to circulating narratives, that silence was being read as fear rather than strategy. Fans are shocked not just by the allegations themselves, but by how quickly public perception can shift when enough voices repeat the same questions. What once would have been brushed off as conspiracy now felt to some like a storyline that refused to go away. The emotional conflict at the center of these reports revolves around control versus chaos. Kris Jenner built her reputation on controlling the story, but the internet operates without permission.
Bloggers claimed that every attempt to distance the family from Diddy only fueled more suspicion.
Screenshots of unfollows, deleted posts, and carefully worded statements were dissected like evidence in a trial. According to online discussions, even neutral actions were being interpreted as signs of distress. Fans debated whether this was unfair scrutiny or the natural consequence of living such a public life. Either way, the family was left divided in public opinion, with loyal supporters pushing back hard while critics doubled down. As commentary channels continued to talk, the role of 50 Cent became even more central to the narrative. People described him as unpredictable and unafraid, someone with enough money and influence to stir chaos without worrying about consequences. According to speculation, that is what made this situation feel more dangerous than past rumors. Fans are shocked because this was not coming from an anonymous source, but from someone known for following through when he says he has something to say. Discussions framed him as an outsider willing to challenge an elite circle, a role that always attracts attention, whether the claims are real or not. By the end of this stretch of the story, viewers were left with a strange mix of excitement and discomfort. Excitement because the drama felt intense and unpredictable, and discomfort because the implications went far beyond petty feuds. Commentators repeatedly reminded audiences that these were reports, rumors, and online claims, not proven facts. Still, the emotional weight of the narrative lingered. The idea that a carefully constructed empire could be shaken by stories alone was enough to keep people watching, commenting, and waiting for what might come next, even as the family tried to maintain a calm exterior while the internet refused to move on. The online storm did not begin with a single headline, it began with curiosity. Fans scrolling through social media started noticing a change in tone across commentary channels, podcasts, and gossip pages. People were no longer casually joking about the Diddy situation. They were speaking in hushed, serious voices, as if something heavier was unfolding behind the scenes. According to reports circulating online, the reason for this shift was 50 Cent himself. Instead of his usual sarcastic remarks, he was allegedly hinting at deeper issues, suggesting that there were financial stories connected to Diddy that had not yet been fully discussed. As these hints spread, viewers began speculating about who else could be linked, and that is when Kris Jenner's name unexpectedly entered the conversation. Fans are shocked because Kris has always been seen as the ultimate strategist, someone who plans 10 steps ahead and never allows chaos to touch her brand. Yet commentary pages claimed that this time the situation felt different. According to online chatter, insiders were saying that Kris was not amused, not calm, and not brushing this off as another rumor cycle. Instead, there were whispers of emergency calls, tense meetings, and a sudden shift in how the family was handling public appearances. Again, none of this has been confirmed, but the speed at which these stories spread made them impossible to ignore. Emotions ran high in comment sections as people argued over whether this was unfair targeting or a long overdue spotlight. The speculation deepened when people began revisiting old footage and past business announcements. Fans pointed out moments that once seemed normal but now felt oddly timed. According to these discussions, certain partnerships, donations, and financial moves were being reframed as potential clues in a much larger puzzle. Bloggers were careful to say they were not stating facts, only questioning patterns that appeared strange in hindsight. Still, the idea that these patterns might exist was enough to ignite debate. Fans who had defended the family for years found themselves uneasy, while critics felt validated in their long-held suspicions. What made the situation even more dramatic was the way silence was interpreted. Kris Jenner is known for addressing rumors swiftly, either through statements or carefully placed media moments. According to online commentary, the lack of an immediate response was being read as panic rather than strategy. Fans are shocked by how quickly public perception can flip, turning silence into something suspicious. Some argue that staying quiet was the smartest move, while others insisted that it only made the rumors grow louder. The family was left divided in the public opinion, with every action and inaction becoming part of the narrative. As the discussions continued, attention turned back to 50 Cent and his alleged plans. Commentators claimed that he was not simply reacting to news, but preparing to tell a story in his own way. Fans speculated that he was positioning himself as an outsider willing to challenge powerful figures, a role that always attracts massive attention. According to these reports, that was what made Kris Jenner's situation feel so intense. It was not just random gossip, it was gossip tied to someone known for following through when he hints at revelations. Emotions ran high as people debated whether this was bravery, bitterness, or calculated drama. The online world thrives on escalation, and this story was no exception. Soon discussions moved beyond individuals and towards systems. People began asking how money moves in elite circles, how friendships intersect with business, and how influence can protect or expose someone. According to commentary channels, Kris Jenner was being framed not just as a person, but as a symbol of control within celebrity culture. Fans are shocked because the narrative suggested that even the most powerful image managers could lose grip when the story no longer belongs to them. Reactions from fans ranged from disbelief to fascination. Some insisted this was nothing more than exaggerated entertainment designed to generate views. Others claimed that too many coincidences were lining up to be ignored. Screenshots were shared, timelines were drawn, and theories multiplied. The emotional conflict was no longer just about Kris and 50 Cent, it was about trust. Fans questioned whether they truly understood the figures they had followed for years, or whether they had only seen carefully curated versions of reality. Throughout all of this, commentators repeatedly reminded viewers that these were reports and online claims, not confirmed truths. Still, the dramatic framing made it feel real to many. The language used in discussions grew more intense, with phrases like "fans are shocked" and "emotions ran high" appearing again and again. The family was left divided in public opinion, caught between loyalty and skepticism. Every new post, every old clip, and every rumor added another layer to a story that refused to settle. By the time these discussions reached their peak, the atmosphere around Kris Jenner felt charged with uncertainty. According to speculation, she was facing not just criticism, but a challenge to the very narrative control that built her empire. Whether these claims hold any truth or fade away like countless others remains unknown. What is clear is that the commentary itself has become a spectacle, pulling viewers in with suspense, emotional tension, and the promise of revelations that may or may not ever fully surface. As the conversation kept spreading, the focus slowly shifted from speculation to emotional fallout. Online commentators began describing a family under pressure, not because of proven facts, but because of perception. According to circulating reports, Kris Jenner was allegedly struggling to keep everyone on the same page. Some voices online claimed that certain family members wanted to address the rumors head-on, while others preferred to stay silent and let the noise die down. This internal disagreement became part of the drama itself, with fans saying the family looked less united than ever before. Emotions ran high as viewers debated which approach made sense, knowing that every move would be analyzed no matter what. The idea of betrayal began creeping into the narrative, even if only through speculation. Bloggers suggested that trust within the inner circle might be fraying, as people questioned who knew what and when. According to these stories, longtime friendships connected to Diddy were suddenly being viewed with suspicion. Fans are shocked because relationships that once seemed harmless were now being framed as possible liabilities. The internet turned into a courtroom of opinions, where every association was treated like circumstantial evidence. Whether fair or not, this atmosphere created a sense that everyone involved was being judged by proximity rather than proof. Online reactions grew more intense when people began imagining what this stress could look like behind closed doors. Commentators painted scenes of tense conversations, raised voices, and sleepless nights. They described Kris Jenner as someone used to being in command, now allegedly facing a situation where control felt slippery. Fans reacted strongly to this portrayal, some sympathizing with the pressure of constant scrutiny, others insisting that power always comes with accountability. The family was left divided in public opinion, with supporters calling the rumors cruel and critics calling them overdue. As these discussions continued, attention returned again to 50 Cent's role in fueling the drama. According to online chatter, his silence between hints was being interpreted as intentional, a way to keep people guessing. Fans speculated that every pause was strategic, designed to let the story grow on its own. Some believed he was enjoying the chaos, while others argued he was waiting for the right moment to speak. Regardless of motive, his presence loomed over the narrative, adding tension simply by not clarifying his intentions. Commentary channels also began highlighting the emotional impact on fans themselves. Many viewers expressed confusion, saying they no longer knew what to believe. Some admitted they felt guilty for enjoying the drama while knowing it involved real people. Others argued that public figures invite the scrutiny through their fame. Emotions ran high in live chats and comment sections, where debates quickly turned personal. The story was no longer just about alleged money trails or associations. It had become a mirror reflecting how audiences consume scandal. Another layer of drama emerged when bloggers started discussing the power of timing. According to these reports, the rumors resurfaced during a moment when public attention was already heightened. Fans are shocked by how quickly narratives can resurface years later and feel brand new. Commentators suggested that timing alone can turn old information into explosive content. This idea fueled more speculation about whether someone was intentionally reviving these conversations, or if the internet simply found a new angle to obsess over. The narrative also began exploring the idea of fear, not just panic. According to online discussions, fear was being read into every move the family made. A canceled appearance, a vague quote, or even a neutral post was interpreted as a sign of distress. Critics argued that this kind of reading was unfair and invasive, while supporters of the theories claimed it was human nature to look for meaning in silence. The family was left divided not only internally, according to rumors, but also in how the world chose to interpret their behavior. Fans are shocked by how easily speculation can morph into assumed truth. Some commentary channels tried to slow things down, reminding audiences that no official statements had confirmed any wrongdoing. Yet even those reminders became part of the drama, as viewers accused them of protecting powerful figures. Trust in media.
Voices wavered, and audiences split between those who wanted restraint and those who wanted more digging. The emotional conflict here was subtle but powerful, reflecting a broader tension between entertainment and responsibility. As the story evolved, people began to imagine possible outcomes. Some believed everything would quietly fade away, dismissed as another exaggerated cycle. Others predicted that the pressure would force statements, interviews, or even confrontations. According to speculation, Kris Jenner was being pushed into a corner she was not used to occupying. Fans debated whether this would lead to a stronger comeback or deeper damage to the family's image. The uncertainty itself kept viewers hooked, refreshing feeds and watching commentary videos late into the night. Through all of this, one theme remained constant: the sense that something had shifted. Even without proof, the way people talked about Kris Jenner and her circle felt different. The aura of invincibility seemed cracked, at least in the minds of viewers. Fans are shocked because once an image changes, it is hard to fully restore it. The story had moved beyond one person or one rumor, becoming a larger discussion about power, fame, and how quickly narratives can turn. By the end of this stretch of commentary, the mood online was heavy with anticipation. Emotions ran high, theories multiplied, and patience wore thin. Some viewers felt exhausted by the constant speculation, while others felt energized by the possibility of revelations. The family was left divided in public perception, caught between long-time loyalty and growing doubt. Whether these stories lead anywhere concrete or dissolve into background noise remained unknown, but the tension they created was undeniable, setting the stage for even deeper twists in the ongoing narrative. The conversation did not slow down. It became more layered and more emotional as new interpretations kept emerging. Online commentators began focusing on the psychological side of the situation, asking how someone like Kris Jenner, who built an empire on confidence and control, would process being the subject of non-stop speculation. According to circulating reports, the pressure was not just external but internal, as trust became a fragile thing even within close circles. Fans are shocked by how quickly admiration can turn into scrutiny, and many said they felt like they were watching a character they thought they understood become something unfamiliar through the lens of rumor. As the narrative evolved, bloggers started describing scenes that felt straight out of a reality drama. They imagined tense family gatherings where conversations stalled and eyes avoided contact. According to these commentaries, questions hung in the air that no one wanted to ask directly. Was this just noise or something that could grow into a real crisis? Emotions ran high as viewers debated these imagined scenarios, some feeling sympathy for the stress involved, others insisting that wealth and power do not erase accountability. The family was left divided in how audiences interpreted their silence, with every pause adding fuel to the fire. Fans are shocked by how much attention turned toward relationships that had once seemed stable. Commentary channels speculated that some people in the inner circle might be reconsidering their loyalty, not because of proof, but because of fear of association. According to these narratives, the idea of guilt by proximity became a driving force. People online questioned who would stay quiet and who might distance themselves if the pressure continued. Even neutral figures connected through past events were dragged into the discussion, showing how wide the net of speculation had become. Another dramatic twist in the commentary focused on reputation damage. Bloggers argued that even if nothing concrete ever emerged, the story itself had already done harm. Fans debated whether reputation alone could be as powerful as evidence in shaping public opinion. Emotions ran high as some viewers pointed out that in the digital age, perception often becomes reality. Once doubt is planted, it spreads faster than facts ever could. This idea resonated deeply with audiences who had seen similar cycles play out with other public figures. The role of the audience itself became part of the story. Commentators noted how fans were no longer passive viewers, but active participants, sharing theories, correcting each other, and sometimes escalating claims beyond their original scope. Fans are shocked to realize how much influence collective discussion can have. What starts as commentary can transform into a dominant narrative simply through repetition. This realization added a layer of discomfort, as some viewers questioned their own role in amplifying unverified claims. As discussions continued, the emotional tone shifted from excitement to unease. Some fans admitted they felt tired of constant drama, while others said they could not look away. According to online chatter, this tension mirrored what the family itself might be feeling, caught between wanting privacy and needing to protect a public image. The family was left divided not only by how others saw them, but by how they might choose to respond, at least according to speculation. Commentary channels also explored the idea of legacy. Kris Jenner has long been portrayed as someone focused on long-term success, not just immediate wins. Bloggers speculated about how these rumors could affect that legacy, especially as new generations grow up with access to endless commentary and archived discussions. Fans are shocked by how quickly a narrative can attach itself to a name and linger. Even if disproven, the association can remain in public memory, shaping how future stories are received. The drama intensified when people began comparing this moment to past controversies involving powerful families. Commentators drew parallels to
situations where rumors eventually faded and others where they exploded into confirmed scandals. These comparisons added suspense as viewers tried to guess which path this story would follow. Emotions ran high as debates became more heated, with some insisting patience was necessary and others demanding answers. The family was left divided in the court of public opinion, with no clear resolution in sight. Throughout this phase of the narrative, uncertainty became the dominant feeling. Every day without clarity felt like another layer of tension added to the story. Fans are shocked by how uncertainty itself can be exhausting, yet addictive. People kept watching not because they knew something would happen, but because they did not know what would. That unpredictability kept the story alive across platforms, feeding commentary and speculation alike. By the end of this stretch, the atmosphere around the situation felt heavier than before. What started as dramatic chatter now carried emotional weight, touching on themes of trust, power, and vulnerability. Even those who dismissed the rumors admitted that the conversation had changed how they viewed celebrity culture. The family was left divided in perception, caught between admiration and doubt, while viewers waited to see whether the story would dissolve quietly or transform into something far more disruptive. The final phase of this online storm settled into something quieter but far more unsettling. Instead of explosive claims, the conversations became reflective, almost analytical, as people tried to understand what this moment represented. According to commentary circulating online, the issue was no longer just about Kris Jenner or 50 Cent, but about how fragile power can look once doubt takes root. Fans are shocked because the narrative suggested that even the most carefully built empires rely on trust, and once that trust is questioned, everything starts to feel unstable. The drama shifted from loud accusations to silent tension, which many viewers found even more gripping. Commentators began emphasizing that silence itself had become the loudest element of the story. Every day without clarity added another layer of speculation. According to online discussions, some viewers believed that staying quiet was a calculated move, while others saw it as a sign that the situation was too complex to address publicly. Emotions ran high as fans argued over what silence really means in a world where public figures usually speak quickly to protect their image. The family was left divided in interpretation, with supporters urging patience and critics insisting that transparency was overdue. The idea of fear continued to appear in commentary, not fear of consequences, but fear of losing control of the narrative. Bloggers suggested that this might be the most uncomfortable part for someone like Kris Jenner, whose career has been defined by managing perception. Fans are shocked by the possibility that perception can turn against even the most skilled image makers. The story framed this as a battle not against accusations, but against uncertainty, which cannot be easily dismissed or spun. That uncertainty lingered in every discussion, making the situation feel unresolved even without new information. Another emotional layer came from the way audiences imagined the long-term effects. Commentators speculated about how these rumors could shape future projects, partnerships, and public appearances. Even if nothing ever materialized, the association alone might follow the family for years. Fans debated whether future successes would be seen as proof of resilience or evidence of influence. Emotions ran high as people realized how lasting digital narratives can be. Once something enters public memory, it rarely disappears completely. Some commentary channels also reflected on the role of entertainment itself in amplifying stories like this. Viewers questioned whether they were witnessing a genuine moment of scrutiny or simply another cycle of sensational storytelling. Fans are shocked by how easily the line blurs between commentary and assumption. This self-awareness added depth to the discussion, as people acknowledged their own fascination with drama while questioning its fairness. The family was left divided not just by rumors, but by the audience's conflicting desire for truth and entertainment. As discussions continued, the focus turned to potential endings. Some imagined a quiet fade-out, where attention shifts elsewhere and this story becomes a footnote. Others predicted a dramatic turn, where statements, interviews, or creative projects address the rumors directly. According to speculation, any response would be risky, because acknowledging the story could validate it, while ignoring it could let it grow.
Fans are shocked by how no option seems entirely safe. That dilemma itself became a point of fascination, keeping viewers engaged even as new headlines slowed. The emotional stakes were heightened by the idea of family legacy. Commentators talked about how public narratives affect not just one person, but generations connected to that name. Fans debated whether younger members of the family might experience this moment differently, growing up in an environment where every rumor is archived and searchable. Emotions ran high as people realized how lasting digital narratives can be. Once something enters public memory, it rarely disappears completely. Some commentary channels also reflected on the role of entertainment itself in amplifying stories like this. Viewers questioned whether they were witnessing a genuine moment of scrutiny or simply another cycle of sensational storytelling. Fans are shocked by how easily the line blurs between commentary and assumption. This self-awareness added depth to the discussion, as people acknowledged their own fascination with drama while questioning its fairness. The family was left divided not just by rumors, but by the audience's conflicting desire for truth and entertainment. As discussions continued, the focus turned to potential endings. Some imagined a quiet fade-out, where attention shifts elsewhere and this story becomes a footnote. Others predicted a dramatic turn, where statements, interviews, or creative projects address the rumors directly. According to speculation, any response would be risky, because acknowledging the story could validate it, while ignoring it could let it grow. Fans are shocked by how no option seems entirely safe. That dilemma itself became a point of fascination, keeping viewers engaged even as new headlines slowed. The emotional stakes were heightened by the idea of family legacy. Commentators talked about how public narratives affect not just one person, but generations connected to that name. Fans debated whether younger members of the family might experience this moment differently, growing up in an environment where every rumor is archived and searchable. Emotions ran high as people realized how lasting digital narratives can be. Once something enters public memory, it rarely disappears completely. Some commentary channels also reflected on the role of entertainment itself in amplifying stories like this. Viewers questioned whether they were witnessing a genuine moment of scrutiny or simply another cycle of sensational storytelling. Fans are shocked by how easily the line blurs between commentary and assumption. This self-awareness added depth to the discussion, as people acknowledged their own fascination with drama while questioning its fairness. The family was left divided not just by rumors, but by the audience's conflicting desire for truth and entertainment.
The tension ultimately rested on one unresolved question: not whether the rumors were true or false, but whether the story itself would leave a permanent mark. According to online chatter, once a name becomes linked to suspicion, even loosely, that association can resurface at any time. Fans debated whether Kris Jenner's reputation was strong enough to absorb this moment, or whether it would quietly alter how she is viewed moving forward. Emotions ran high as people realized that answers might never come, and that ambiguity could be the final outcome. As the conversation reached this stage, the energy shifted from urgency to watchfulness. Viewers were no longer waiting for immediate revelations, but observing how the narrative settled into public memory. The family was left divided in opinion, caught between defenders and skeptics, while the internet moved on but never fully forgot. Whether this story fades or evolves into something bigger remains uncertain. What is clear is that the commentary itself has become part of the legacy, showing how rumor, perception, and drama can reshape even the most powerful images without ever needing confirmation. So now it comes down to you. After hearing all these reports, reactions, and online discussions, what do you really think is going on here? Are these stories just another example of how fast rumors can spiral in the digital age? Or do you believe there is more beneath the surface that has yet to be revealed? Fans are shocked, emotions are running high, and the family remains divided in public opinion. But your perspective matters just as much as anyone else's. This is one of those moments where commentary turns into conversation, and your voice becomes part of the story. If you found yourself questioning timelines, rethinking old narratives, or feeling torn between skepticism and curiosity, you are not alone. Stories like this thrive because they tap into our desire to understand power, fame, and the hidden dynamics behind public images. Maybe this all fades away as another exaggerated cycle, or maybe it becomes a turning point that changes how people see celebrity culture forever. Either way, the questions raised here are not going away anytime soon, and that is why discussions like this continue to pull people in. Now we want to hear directly from you.
Do you think this is simply sensational commentary fueled by online speculation, or do you feel that these reports point towards something deeper that deserves more attention? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, because every perspective adds another layer to this conversation. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to stay updated on similar stories as they unfold, make sure you like this video so it reaches more people who are just as curious as you are. And if you haven't already, take a moment to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. That way, you won't miss any future commentary, updates, or deep dives into the stories everyone is talking about. This space is all about exploring what people are saying, how narratives form, and why certain stories refuse to disappear. Stay curious, stay engaged, and keep questioning what you hear, because in a world full of noise, thoughtful discussion is what truly stands out.